Hello everybody and good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're watching. We are in Japan. It's B.LEAGUE action. SHIMANE NEOPHOENIX taking on SHIMANE SUSANOO Magic. Well, it's been a tough season for SHIMANE. They have had some good form of late, winning 3 of their last 6 games, but they're taking on a very good SHIMANE team that is currently 2nd in the West District and looking very good bets, not just to make the playoffs, but to make some headway. You see them right up at the top there, 33-10, and SHIMANE down at the bottom at 8-33. But SHIMANE having ended that long winning streak by Ryukyu Golden Kings, showing their value and looking to continue with their momentum. You see Nick Kay, the Australia international, who has really grown in prestige in recent years, and their lineup, SHIMANE, it is a good one with Goto, Perrin Buford, Seiya Ando, Kei, Yasuhiro Yamashita, Hiromu Kitagawa, Reed Travis, Ryo Abe, Kosuke Kanemaru, Shirahama Kosaka, and Nico Williams, of course coached by Paul Hinari. So there's Kanemaru, one of the elite sharpshooters, and again you can see this impressive form that they have been in. They have been on a roll and looking to get another win here over SHIMANE Phoenix team that they beat recently pretty handily in a couple of games. There's Hinari, the New Zealander, the former New Zealand Tall Black, in fact, both as a player. He played back in the famous time when New Zealand shocked the world at the FIBA Basketball World Cup, made it to the semifinals in Indianapolis, and coached the national team as recently as the World Cup in 2019, which was played in China. They had the highest scoring team in that tournament, and starting 5, see Buford coming out, also Seiya Ando, the point guard, Nick Kay, power forward center, number 15, Shirahama, and number 28 coming in at the center, Nico Williams. So this is an opportunity for SHIMANE fans to see one of the top teams in basketball. And they'll be hoping for some big moments as well for their team. You see the lights out being uttered there by Elias Harris and 30 Ravena, their Filipino international player who is really growing quickly in the prestige stakes, getting better and better, so it's going to be exciting to watch him play today. And as is all the cases when these teams play in the B-League, we get this fantastic opening ceremony as part of the show. The fans come out, and it is, again, it's showtime here. Getting everybody into it. Not just the fans, but the players. It helps them get pumped up as well. They'll be looking to get off to a fast start tonight under acting head coach Taishiro Shimizu. course, it is a team that has had a little bit of upheaval with some of the disappointing results. They did make that change with Branislav Vicentic going out, and the promotion in the acting head coach role of Shimizu. And again, they do have some talent in this team, not just Ravenna, but the likes of Robert Carter, Atsuya Ota. You've got Elias Harris, who is well known for his solid work in Germany's national team, as well as playing in Germany. So the roster for Sanin, Ravenna, Robert Carter, Atsuya Ota, Sugiura. There is 30 Ravenna. Really interesting features being done on him for all of his work that he's doing. You see number 8, Atsuya Ota. Also number 11, Shingo Okada. Shooting guard. And you've also got the recent results for this team. So they have had some decent results in recent time, better than overall when you consider the dips and some of the bad results that they've endured. So previous results, yes, this Shimane team came out and they beat this Sanin team, but you never know. As we look at the starting 5, Sugiura coming out, number 9, number 14, Matsuwaki, number 20, Elias Harris, number 21, Ryo Tawata, and number 22, Max Hisatake. There's Harris. Also played his college basketball at Gonzaga, team that has really been on the ups the last couple of decades, and has made some appearances in NCAA finals, Final Fours. Strong team. And coming out last after Tawatari is Hisatake, number 22. So you look at their recent form, and even though these two teams have met and Shimane came out on top, again, this is a Sanin team that wants to come out and make a statement. Perhaps you can see with Harris and Perrin Buford, a matchup that we think is really interesting in terms of minutes played, points, rebounds, assists, three-point shooting, and both of these guys get it done. Of course, Elias Harris, he can hit the three, but probably not his biggest strength. He's much better, you would think, operating closer in that mid-range level. Buford is just a scoring machine, again, as those stats indicate. And there he is. Perhaps this team will go as far as he can take him. And again, the head coach tonight, the acting head coach for Sanin, is Tashiro Shimizu. And we also get a look at the referees for today's game. Of course, this was a game that was supposed to be played earlier this season, but had to be postponed due to COVID protocols. Hence, that's why these two teams are meeting as quickly as they are, having only just played each other. So again, the starting 5s for both teams: Harris, Sugiura, Matsuwaki, Tawatari, and Hisatake, and Buford for Shimane, along with Seiya Ando, Nikkei, Shirahama, and Williams. So Ando will be going up. Nice little interesting connection. No doubt he'll be trading blows with 30 Ravena, both guys with those connections to the Philippines. And we are off and running. SUSANOO winning the opening tip. Dump down low. Harris turnaround. That's more of his game right there, but the ball rattles out. And now bringing it up the floor is Shimane. Down low to Williams. Wasn't sure he was supposed to be able to come back in bounds there. There was Buford. And Buford does not get it off in time. A little runner puts it up and in. Nice play for Sugiura. So the first 2 points of the game scored by SUSANOO, propping up the bottom of the standings in the West, but looking to get a memorable victory here on home soil against the Red Hot Shimane team. Now launching it from downtown is Shirohama. Boy, he has got a good-looking jump shot. And again, they have had some eyebrow-raising performances this season, but especially of late. They've lost just 3 times in 2022, and Harris missing it from deep. The ball goes out of bounds, and Nick Kay is going to inbound it. There's Buford, picks up the dribble, gets it over to Kay. Just does a little bit of everything to help his team win basketball games. And hands it off. There's Buford. Gets to the line, gets into the paint. No-look pass, and I think he faked out his own teammate. He looked left and then passed straight to the corner. Not probably what you want to see if you're a Shimane player and you have been crossed up, seeing Buford shaking his head. And mistakes happen. You got to put it behind you. Now the mid-ranger, and good rebound from Harris. He hands it off, and Hisatake gets down low. What a fantastic finish. The reverse layup. Williams. And the attempt from Shirohama rattles out. Harris cross court, driving in, and oh boy, missing was Sugiura. Looked like that was an easy one. Needs to knock those down if they're going to have a chance to win this game against a very good Shimane team. And Williams does not spurn the opportunity. He goes up and scores easily. Tawatari, count it! That was behind the stripe. So the lead going back and forth right now. Ando. Calling the shots. His point guard play is going to be so crucial for this Shimane team. The deeper and deeper they get into the season, and the three-point shot is good. Boy, stroking it from deep, Shirohama. And trying to answer in kind, but missing. SUSANOO. And Buford now brings it back up the floor. And they find Williams again down low, and they are getting some easy scoring opportunities. Williams making layups. When you can hit the three-pointer and you spread the floor, it creates opportunities for you big fellas. That's what's happening. Matsuwaki. Now Harris again, and off the front of the rim. Quickly up the floor. Ando hands it off to K. He misses it from deep. And hits the Taki. Boy, tried to hand it off to his guard. He turned it over. Tawaratari was not ready, and then they hit it to K. And he goes in for the flush. Boy, that is a bad turnover. And right now, this Sanin NEOPHOENIX team is already taking on water, turning the ball over cheaply and giving away some easy points. Kawatari. And a trip has been called on Seiya Ando. Boy, that's almost an unsportsmanlike foul. I mean, that should be. That is tripping, you would think. You can't stick your foot out and trip the opponent intentionally. So pulling up, and that was a nice stroke from Sugiura. So bounces back from that missed layup. Okay, gets it down low. Oh boy, another easy one. Good play for him. Morihisa Yamauchi has checked in, the point guard for Sanin, number 32. And again, it's Sugiura driving in and scoring. Well, he's providing the impetus at that end of the court, but they've got to get better. They got to get some stops at this end. They're giving away some easy looks. And again, Buford turns it over and just kind of crossed up with his teammate, thinking he was going to be sliding to his left or over to his left, so they're not on the same page. Here's Yamauchi. He's got it back. There's the lively Sugiura, and it's an easy one. That was Ota. Here's Buford. He's tired of passing. He takes the shot. He misses. Yamauchi brings it up the court. Yamauchi, good passing over to Harris. Hands it off. And a nice little runner, but the miss. It's Sugiura. K. Skip pass over, and nice stroke from Abe. So the lead already 7 points here. Sanin in a little bit of trouble. We need to stop the bleeding, especially at the other end of the court. Ota goes up against K and gets to the drop. Shooters bounce. Ball hits off the back of the cup and then goes in. Oh, nice play. And driving in, and Abe with fouled, so he will get free throws. So there he is, Kanemaru, the Japan international, coming into the basketball game to play for Eisen Seahorses. Nakawa, and fortunately for the home team, Abe's missed his first attempt. Abe takes his time and gets the second one to drop, so it's back up to a 6-point advantage. 30 Ravenna in the game here, 0, and good follow. Ravenna almost was out of bounds there. And great defense from Kanemaru. Now the 3 for K, a little bit short. 30 Ravenna. He's taking it away. Taking it away from Tsuya. And turnovers have been a real problem. Now Williams again. And just a little too far under the basket. Now quickly, Yamauchi. And the pass down low. And Harris travels. He's going to look at the ref and say, hey, I got bumped. Nope, he's just going to walk to the other end. It was the right idea. Yeah, that was a good call. He was bumped, but it shouldn't have forced him to move his pivot foot. So Elias Harris is going to go out of the game. Just under 2 minutes remaining in this opening quarter, and a key moment of the game for Sanin as they try to stay within touch of this Shimane team, who could very easily lower the boom here. And a three-pointer is good. Boy, what a shot, right? Pretty much off the bench for Kanemaru, and the advantage balloons to 9 points. Boy, it has been easy picking so far for Shimane, or at least they're making it look easy. You got a premier three-point shooter. He pops outside, bam, no hand in the face. Well, the hand was up, just wasn't close enough. But Kanemaru is, he could probably make those shots blindfolded. That's how good he is. So he takes a seat, and Shimane in command already here late in the first quarter. So 21-12, Shimane on top, and again, perhaps thinking about lowering the boom here in this first quarter. You want to get on top of the opponents and take it to them as much as possible. Don't give them any sense that they're going to have a chance in this game. 6 points for Sugiura, leading the way for Sanin NEOPHOENIX. 6 for Shirahama, 4 for Abe, and a foul has been called on Abe. Williams also has 4 points, and Nick Kay has 4 points. So they're balancing the scoring, are the visitors, Shimane. 30 Ravenna pulls off. Beautiful pass! And the throwdown by Hisataki. A fantastic look from 30 Ravenna. Nikkei hands it off. The dribble, the drive, the shot, and it is good. Number 3, Seiya Ando. Yamauchi, bounce pass, right at the charity stripe, just right at the elbow, in fact, made by Ota. Okay, down low, turns. Oh, he's just so fundamentally sound, isn't he? You got to put more of a body on him to keep him away. He's going to make that shot every time. It's on a 9-point lead for Shimane here. And the home team will be hoping this is the last possession of this first quarter. 30 Ravenna passes up the jump shot. Yamauchi has it and puts up a layup attempt. I think 30 Ravenna passed up a better shot, but I guess they were concerned about maybe putting a shot up and missing and allowing Shimane to go to the other end. But Shimane lead it 25-16 over Sanin at the end of one. Well, again, Sanin, NEOPHOENIX down at the bottom of the standings in the West. And going up against the second-placed Shimane team, which has real designs on winning the title this season. And they will definitely be in the running. There's no doubt about that, the way this team has been playing. Nick Kay there. And it's just a solid all-round effort in that first quarter from this Shimane team. So again, for Shimane, just looking at the leading 6 points apiece for Kei and Shirahama, 4 points for Abe and Williams, and 3 points for Kanemaru. He's made his only attempt from three-point range. And I think what really has to worry you would be the turnovers. The 3 turnovers for Sanin have been costly, and they're going to have to cut down on those. This was Kay driving in unmolested after the turnover. And Kanemaru doing what Kanemaru does as well as anybody in Japan, and that is drill the three-point shot. So you're still in the game for Sanin. And also in the game now is Talatari guarding the basketball. Trying to pick it up defensively. Kay gets another attempt, and despite a little bit more intensity on defense, Shimane still able to get the basketball deep into the lane for an easy one for Nick Kay, who's got 8 points. Harris from the baseline. Good effort from Hisataki. Now Harris steps back and gets to the drop. Nice stroke from the German. Into the corner it goes. Abe hands it off to Kay, and Satake rebounds the basketball. He rebounds and runs, in fact. Here he goes. Oh, he charges. He went one step too many. Has to be... He's got to be able to recognize that Kay has position, so he's just got to pull up and take that short jump shot or pass it out or try to go past him. Kanemaru. Boy, they're just getting so many looks down low if they want them. Here's Kanemaru. Kawatari pulls up. Nice finish. Nice follow through. Here's K. Bounce pass. And it goes to Seiya Ando. He misses. And now another opportunity. Kawatari. 30 Ravena has it. Gets rid of it. They swing it. Harris. His path blocked. Oh, what a bounce pass from Harris. Now, Kawatari has to do a better job. He's got to get close. Seiya Ando. That's what he used to do when he played for the Morocco Bolts in the PBA in the Philippines. Here he is doing it in Japan. Seiya Ando. Now the dribble, the drive, the handoff, and Hisataki. Oh, great move. He gets it back and short again. He had everything but the finish there. Hisataki. Seiya Ando. Nick K. Look at him pass the basketball. Seiya Ando. And another board for Hisataki. Gets it over to Kawatari. Hisataki hands it off. Dangerous pass. And traveling is the call on 30 Ravena. He went up for the shot and then decided he was going to pass the basketball. And you can see he's mad at himself. So timeout has been called. Well, the scoring, Nikkei leading all scores with 8 points, and you can see he's well supported. Shirahama has got the 6 points. Ando has the 5. Abe has the 4, and also Williams has the 4 points. And for SUSANOO, they're also balanced scoring. Sugiura leading the way with 6 points, number 9. And then you've got Ota, Tawata, and Hisataki with 4 points apiece. Six and a half minutes remaining here in the first half. And Shimane spreading it again. End up with a 3-point shot, and Abe misses. Yamauchi shares the basketball. Sugiura now the turnover. Another turnover for SUSANOO NEOPHOENIX. Buford passes it outside. They swing it. See if Buford gets it back. Nope. They're going to pass it to the right. Abe gets in, and Buford gets it and scores with an easy reverse layup. And a little bit of pain, perhaps a turned ankle. Yeah, he rolled it. You could see he rolls his right ankle. Right at the end. Oh, boy, this hurt. So Ota getting a little bit of a treatment, and I'm guessing he's going to come out of the game. Those are so frustrating, those injuries. If you play basketball, you have definitely done that before. You have just kind of rolled it a little bit, just trying to plant your feet. See 30 Ravena over there a little bit agitated with how he's played so far today, hoping to get back in the game. So Hanzawa comes into the game for Sanin. So Yama was also going to come into the game. Not sure what the delay is there. Yamauchi dribbles deep, now takes it back outside. Oh, nice fake, and what a flick of the finger roll for Yamauchi. That's fine if you make it. 3-point shot, though, is the answer. Well, we've seen Shirahama do it today. He has got a nice looking jump shot. Boy, he and Kanemaru, a couple of pure marksmen out there on the perimeter. Three-point shot. Kay hands it off to Buford. The lead is already 13 points for Shimane. And another wide open three. Good! Boy, that is going to upset the home crowd as Seiya Ando just keeps piling on the agony. Good patience. They're trying to seal off the middle, but you still have to be able to get out and guard the jump shooters. 38-22. And it doesn't get any better when you consider that Ota is out of the game, getting some treatment. Well, they're 7 of 11 from three-point range. Shimane, so that's just one of the ways that they've been able to get on top of this Sanin NEOPHOENIX team today. It's all working, but really it's very similar to the way Coach Hinari's Tall Blacks teams used to look when he was coaching New Zealand. They really did spread it. They could hit threes. They were constantly rolling to the basket. And if you've got a bunch of shooters out there, it really does create problems for that defense, especially if they make you work all 24 seconds of the shot clock. This was Buford swinging it, and that was yet another three-pointer. So Shirahama has been a handful. 38-22, 16-point advantage coming up on the 4.5-minute mark here in the first half. Yamauchi passes it back. And the drive, and the ball stays out. And the penetration, and another one. Easy does it for Shimane Kitagawa. Yamauchi. Again, they spread it around. And the pass goes off of a defender and into the hands of Shimane. Nikkei, bounce pass on the backdoor cut. Williams puts it up and in. Boy, they are just playing like a well-oiled machine right now on offense, Shimane. And at this rate, you can see them putting up a very big number on Sanin. What no-look pass. That was a thing of beauty as well from Kitagawa. Look at that. And then Williams leads everybody in this game with easy shots made. I mean, he is just having the easiest looks. Nothing against that. That's what the coach is looking for. And he's just finishing them off. Well, it's been a tough season for Sanin and this Shimane team, not looking to do him any favors today. They've had the coaching upheaval. They've had a little bit of improvement in results, but then it's a different story when you go up against a team that has got the wind in its sails, as this Shimane team does right now. This is a team that is playing, it's among the best, most informed teams in the B-League. And with one thing in mind and one thing only, it is to get to the playoffs and then to really take off and try to get that title. So coming into the game is Matsuwaki, the shooting guard number 14 for Sanin, and the three-point shot is good from Matsuwaki. So getting a little bit of a lift from Matsuwaki. Williams again. And just no defense whatsoever. The easiest of catches for Williams. He's got 8 points. All 8 points scored as layups. Harris. This time, one pass too many, and it leads to an opportunity here for Sanin. Matsuwaki has it on the wing. He gets it to Hisataki. Hisataki now trapped. He needs to get rid of it. He's in a little bit of trouble. Matsuwaki dribbles right, puts it up again. And Nikkei. It is a real struggle, really, on both ends of the floor for Sanin. Here is K, and he's got a chance for a three-point play. What a drive from the Boomer. So it's the high pick and roll. See all this give and go, pick and roll, attack. Old school from Coach Hinari, and Nick Kay is a perfect player for this type of system. He passes it very well. He's got great movement. He's really trimmed up as well, hasn't he, Nick Kay? Looks to be in really good shape. Cody Ravena back in the game. Calling the play. Brother of Kiefer Ravena and Danny. Sister, the volleyball player. And their Pops Bong also is a great player. There's a three-pointer. And Matsuwaki has come off the bench and given this team a lift. Probably crying out for a spot in that starting lineup. Minute and a half remaining in the first half. Buford. And he is held by Matsuwaki. Well, Buford was not going to take no for an answer, but to be fair, Matsuwaki was moving his feet on defense. You can see why he's a little frustrated with that call. So, three-point play. 30 Ravena almost loses it. Here he is. Left open and a little bit long. So Buford brings it back, and it's already a 21-point lead. This San NEOPHOENIX team cannot allow this lead to grow anymore. Oh, good play by Hisatake, but the foul called on the reach. Had that whistle not blown, I suspect we would have seen a big-time slam dunk. Shohei Goto checks into the game. Number 1 for Shimane. And Matsuwaki almost with the steal. Now Goto has it down the baseline. They swing it over to Buford. And Buford goes in, goes up with the left hand, and is fouled by Hisatake. Well, Buford really does know how to get to the free throw line. So Hisatake takes a seat. So Hisatake out of the game, and Buford misses the first. So 3 fouls on Hisatake. That's why he's out. And he hates the fact that he picked up his third so late in the quarter. So late in the first half. Buford makes 1 of 2, and the lead is his biggest of the game. 22 points. 30 Ravena. Nice bounce pass. Boy, great play. Great defense by Williams, but sticking with it was Harris. Let's see if Sanin can get a stop and go to the other end and score before the half. Buford calls to play. Sanin out on him, and Buford misses the layup, and there was the tip from Williams. Another easy one for him. .30 Ravena being hounded. So Abe picks up the foul. They had fouls to give. Eight seconds. Abe goes out after his second foul. And Shirahama checks back in. .30 Ravena. Clock's about to expire. They've got to launch it. Here's .30 Ravena. He gets it off just in time, and he is fouled. So good job by .30 Ravena. Gives his team a little bit of hope before they go to halftime. Interesting. They want to see if this is an unsportsmanlike, or do they want to see if he beat the buzzer? Not sure what they're looking for there. So 22 points, the advantage for Shimane. They have just been by far the better team in this first half. Well on their way to the 100-point mark today. Ravenna, meanwhile, misses with his first attempt, and that's what happens when you're really struggling in a game. Even the free throws you can't miss. They put 0.2 seconds on the clock, so not really enough time to get off a shot here. He does make the two. They would need to throw it and get a tip. That's the only thing, and they're not even going to try. So, the 1 of 2 effort from Ravenna at the stripe, right at the end, and Shimane with a vice-like grip on proceedings. They lead it 52-31 over SUSANOO NEOPHOENIX. Well, it has been one-way traffic here in the game between NEOPHOENIX and SHIMANE. SHIMANE jumping out to a 52-31 lead by halftime. NEOPHOENIX had some decent moves early on by the likes of Hisatake, but this SHIMANE team has passed the ball around very well, and they've had contributions from a whole cast of characters, including that man right there, Shirahama, who's got 9 points in the first half. Williams has just made a living down low, scoring easy basket after easy basket. And that turnover right there was about as bad as it gets. Hisatake trying to hand the ball off to his teammate and leading to just an easy 2 points from Nick K. He did have Sugiura that came in and lifted the team with his ability to penetrate and hit a couple of short jump shots. But time and time again, this SHIMANE team has been tough. Kanemaru, the three-point shooter, again coming off the bench and burying it for Paul Hinari's team. And then Seiya Ando, again, if you're going to give him the lane and that short little runner or jump shot, he is going to take it. Seiya Ando also has the capacity to put the ball in the basket from deep. And again, it's a nice luxury to have a player that can pass it and can also score. Here he is showing off his passing ability. And the bad news for NEOPHOENIX, the rolled ankle suffered by their center Ota, so he's going to be appears to be out of action. And again, Shirahama doing some damage, and that nice little no-look pass with Williams getting the finish. Again, it's all about the spacing, the passing, the movement off the basketball, and SHIMANE have done a much better job of doing that today than the NEOPHOENIX. And when possible, if you could take it all the way as Nick K has done on that occasion, that is what they've been able to do. Matsuaki did come in and provide a little bit of impetus from the bench, hitting a couple of threes, but overall it has been, again, just a dominant display by SHIMANE, who are second in the West District, against SANEN, who are down at the bottom of the standings. You can see the rebounding superiority on the the scoring, the 14-21 inside the arc, but also the 5 more three-pointers that have been made from SHIMANE. So SHIMANE scoring 9 points off the turnovers, and again we go back and look at the pregame matchup that we highlighted, and really neither player has been outstanding, but Paris Buford clearly a little bit more impactful for his all-around contribution. So Perrin Buford coming out today, 6 points. And he's got the 5 rebounds and the 5 assists, 3 rebounds to go for Harris, along with his 4 points. Harris has not really been on target today from the floor. He's 2 of 8, including 0 for 1 from three-point range. So the leading scorers, Williams and Nick K, each with 10 points for SHIMANE, SUSANOO Magic, and 6 points apiece also for SANEN's Sugiura and Matsuaki. And then you've got the leading rebounders and assist man as well. So out of that small forward spot, Sugiura with the 2 assists, and also from the power forward spot, perhaps not surprising, Hisataki leading the way in the rebounding. But again, he does have some foul trouble as the second half gets ready to get underway. So Tsuya is going to start in the second half along with Matsuwaki, Yamauchi, Elias Harris, and Hisataki. And Perrin Buford again with Nick Kay out in that starting 5 for Shimane, as they will no doubt try to lower the boom even more than they already have, coming out and leading by 21 points. So Harris has his progress impeded by Nick Kay. And Nick Kay not only defends, but gets the rebound and brings the basketball up the floor, gets it over to Perrin Buford, who could have taken the shot, but he passes it back out. Bounce pass into Williams, gets it back outside. The constant movement, and they withhold with the pressure. Matsuwaki gets it over to Yamauchi. Much better from the wing, and good effort on the boards by Hisataki, but then he's weak with his putback attempt. Seen that a couple of times today from Hisataki. Does everything right but finish. Seiya Ando. And the pass intercepted by Hisataki. Yamauchi, bounce pass, his pass intercepted. Well, it was thrown right to Perrin Buford. Williams, a little wraparound. And the ball goes off of Perrin Buford. Yamauchi's been lively. Here he is, just behind the elbow, stroking it. I think maybe he needs to be a little more less unselfish, rather, or be more unselfish and put it out there. Excuse me, I'm going to say this right. He needs to be more selfish and put some shots up. And Williams, as so often is the case, follows a made basket with an easy one at the other end. And driving in and having the shot blocked was Harris. Nick Kay wide open, and just a machine. And another attempt from Harris, rims out. And driving down the lane and putting it up and in was Buford. A beauty from Buford, number 2. And he has every chance to get a triple-double today. He had the 5 rebounds and the 5 assists in the first half. It'll be interesting to see. Maybe the biggest hurdle for that to happen would be the fact that he might not play all 40 minutes if they continue to blow this thing away. Hisataki, meanwhile, gets an easy one. An offensive foul turns it back over. Sanin could really do with some easy baskets if they could somehow get some. And another one, a little runner that was short. They get it back and they put it up and in. Good hustle. Good hustle from Hisataki. Buford in the lane, puts it up and in. He is so silky smooth, isn't he? Hisataki passes to the corner. Now he gets it back. Much better. Oh, nice stroke from Hisataki. See, Ando, boy, he just makes it look so easy. I mean, the defense just isn't there for Santa and NEOPHOENIX, but still, that was a good shot from Seiya Ando. Yamauchi drifts in. Back outside. Elias Harris. Three-pointer. So they cut it back to a 20-point deficit. Seiya Ando, his attempt not there. Hisataki rebounds it now. Here comes Matsuwaki, and he's fouled by Seiya Ando. Ryu Abe back in the game, number 13, Yamauchi. They need a little bit of a run here to give themselves a chance, and the dump down low, and Hisataki misses the dunk. Well, that was an opportunity you simply cannot spurn. And now careless. Ball turns over, goes off of Seiya Ando's hands and into the backcourt. So the violation turns the basketball back over to Sanin NEOPHOENIX. Tawanta back in the game, number 21 for the NEOPHOENIX. And now he turns it over. And good effort by Tawatari to get it back. Tawata, excuse me. And how about that? Three-point shot is good from 30 Ravena. Well, it wasn't looking good, but the effort from Tawata to get the basketball back led to a opportunity. Ravena had his feet set. He hit the three, and now we have a timeout. Look at this. Great effort by Tawata just to reach his left hand out, to bat it, to deflect it, and then Harris gets it to 30 Ravena. So his feet were set, and it was just like jump shooting practice for 30 Ravena. Timeout. Well, if you're talking about the triple-double watch for Buford, 10 points. So he's clicked off the points. He's got 5 rebounds and 5 assists, so he hasn't added in those categories here in the second half. Now you could also say Nick Kay should be on the triple-double watch. He's got 12 points now, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. So out of the timeout, Ando, and well, maybe they're going to pick their poison and say, you're just going to have to keep hitting the threes, but we're going to clog up the middle. Boy, that was a great catch by 30 Ravena. Harris's pass almost went out of bounds. Now Harris backs up. And Tuata puts it up. He's been good since he's come into the game. He put that turnover behind him, and he's come out and now made a couple of plays. Ando just missed a three, so this time he doesn't take it. And another miss and another opportunity. Hisatake does a great job getting those rebounds, doesn't he? Here comes Harris. They got it back to 15. Harris goes to work. Nice finish from Elias Harris. And now it's a 13-point game, and this is the moment when Shannon really need to keep the momentum going. They've got to continue. They do give away, though, an open three, and they are punished. So Shirahama just continues to be a thorn in their side today. Tuata open and blocked in the end. That was Abe who got the block, and this time the miss from the corner. Shirahama. Oh, Lord, going behind the back and putting it up and almost scoring. But getting to the line is 30 Ravena. Oh, beautiful behind the back dribble, and then he got in and was able to fashion an attempt, and he has gotten back to the line. So he's looked better here in the second half as well, 30 Ravena. So Kanemaru comes in, and this will be a player that most certainly Shimane are going to have to pick up out on that perimeter, or he's going to drill the three-pointers. Ravena takes his time, makes the first. Shannon have outscored their opponents by 7 points in this third quarter. 20-13. Excuse me, 18-13. And now going the other way. Yeah, 20-13 is what they've outscored them. Ball goes out of bounds. So timeout has been called. I tell you, it's been so easy for the most part today for Shimane that you almost wonder now if they're taking their foot off the pedal, and it's opening up some, it's creating some opportunities here for Shannon and NEOPHOENIX. If they stick with it, pick up the defense, show some more intensity on that end of the floor and get out and run, they might be able to get themselves back in this game, down 14 points. And I think Paul Henare senses that is the situation, that his team needs to pick it up a bit. You can see he's really barking out some orders over there during the timeout. So the foul trouble. The only one in foul trouble is Hisatake, number 22, with the 3 fouls. Matsuaki also has a couple of fouls. Elias Harris misses. He needed to make that one, but the ball goes out of bounds. It'll still remain with the visitors, Shimane. Oh, good hands on defense from Harris to deflect it. It still goes to Buford. He gets to the baseline, passes it, turns it over. Nope. Williams does a great job of patting it to himself. And another offensive rebound. And again to Williams. And he's not going to be stopped. Not by anybody. Not by Sugiura, certainly, who was guarding him. So it's back to a 16-point game. Oh, boy, the ball goes off the hands of Tawata, but Harris picks it up. Harris picks up the dribble, puts it up. Final 40 seconds of the third quarter. Boy, a shot here would be a huge blow. Defense really not active enough for sign in. And Nick K drills a three. Boy, he is cooking. 15 points for Nick K. So he leads all scorers. Shirahama and Williams each with 12 points. Ravena spins, turns, puts it up right at the end of the quarter, and that is how it ends in most frustrating fashion for the team wearing the green. At the end of three quarters, it's Shimane, second place in the West. They lead it 70-51 over Sanin NEOPHOENIX. Goes Shimane, 8 of 17 from three-point range. Excuse me, now they're 9 of 18 from three-point range after that last one from Nick K, and 20 of 29 inside the arc. I mean, that is just, those percentages are just way too high. And I think it's just kind of indicative of how Shine-In not really able to lock them down defensively, leaving some very easy looks. And Shimane are putting them away. Shirahama has hit 4 of 5 from three-point range. Ando is 2 of 4. Nick K just hit his first 3. He's 1 of 4. And Abe and Kanemaru each have made a three-pointer. And by comparison, the home team today signed in NEOPHOENIX, making just 4 of 10 from deep. So Seiya Ando going to come back into the game. Kanemaru as well. And Paul Hanari has to, I would think, overall be pleased, but it really hasn't been that much of a test for his team today. I mean, they've just been doing pretty much what they want to do. Not facing much resistance at this end of the court. Driving in, Kanemaru misses.
tell you, it didn't seem like that ball was put up hard enough and hit it at the angle to where it would have been stuck on the rim. That was bizarre. Yamauchi back in the game, and also Tsuya, who misses from deep. Seiya Ando. Into the corner it goes. Kanemaru fouled while attempting the three. So Tsuya putting Kanemaru, watch this. Just came up a little too close, and Kanemaru took the contact and goes down, so he's got 3 free throws. Kanemaru misses 2. I have to say, it doesn't seem the happiest of players out there today, and I don't know if it's because he's not starting or if he's carrying some type of injury or doesn't feel well, but one of the bigger names in Japanese basketball, and he does make 1 of 3. Nice handoff, and the basket is good from Hisataki. Well, Sanin got it down to 13 points in the last quarter, and the alley-oop pass converted by Williams. Excuse me, they got down to 15 points, but they weren't able to get to 13. Matsuwaki over to Yamauchi. Yamauchi dribbles, looks for a little bit of space, puts it up, and Hisataki another rebound, but he seems to be more comfortable shooting the basketball from farther out. Nikkei turns and doesn't drop. Hisataki has it. Matsuwaki, nice hat, and there's the dunk from Hisataki, right over Nikkei. Good hands. Ball goes off of Seiya Ando. He gets it back. He puts it up. And Hisataki rebounds. Matsuwaki now. See if he pulls up on the break. Nope. He's going to pass it back outside. Tsuya. Now Hisataki and Yamauchi. Who puts it on the deck. Steps behind the arc. And his pass right into the hands of Kanemaru. Nikkei on the break. And great hustle back to prevent the layup from Matsuwaki. Terrific. Full extension. Matsuwaki's been impressive today. He needs to be a little more selfish offensively, I think. 3 minutes into the final quarter, and Shimane well on top by 18 points. They haven't put them away definitively. But this team, this Sanin team just needs to get on some type of run. And here's a second dunk in the quarter from Hisataki. Throwdown City. And the NEOPHOENIX pulled to within 16 points. Well, I'll give Hisataki this. He is certainly fun to watch. And if he can start putting away some more of these shots around the basket on those putback attempts, he would be even better. But here he is again for the second time, hustling down, and with Nick K looking up, and this was him kind of clearing out and throwing it down. Might have gotten away with a little bit of a nudge on that. See the coaching staff trying to keep the positive vibes, getting the high five with Sugiura. But you really feel like defensively this team needs to be a lot more active, maybe a lot more physical. They need to be able to get those hands up. Far too many easy shots out on the perimeter and even inside that have been uncontested have been made by this Shimane team today. So Buford back in the game for Shimane, and Harris back into the game for San NEOPHOENIX. Kanemaru. Yamauchi crosses midcourt. Let's see if San NEOPHOENIX can get it below 15 points. They will if they score this. Suya, count it! They do indeed. And now it's a 13-point game. And defense is where they've got to come through. They got to get a stop and a rebound. They've given up a lot of open looks, and you would think now K has it. Good things are going to happen. He finds Kanemaru, and boy, that is a run buster right there. Kanemaru drills that open three from the wing. Harris to the cutting Hisatake, and now he turns it over. And Yamauchi can't get in there and take it away from Shirahama. So just a huge, huge three-pointer made. And I'm not sure why Paul Henare didn't just catch that ball. Looked like he, I guess because it was still live, he didn't want to interfere with it. Kanemaru again, and that's what he does, folks. He is a three-point marksman. That's the reputation, and he's living up to his billing and taking the lead back to 19 points, to back-to-back threes for him. This time Hisatake, a little bit long. Buford down low. Nick K is back to the drawing board defensively for San NEOPHOENIX, as I won't even say Shimane have been ruthless about this. They've just passed it. They've found open shots, and they've made them. This one started with Buford, and then Nick K finishes. And Kanemaru was the man in that court, in that little phase, hitting those 2 3-pointers. Nick K knows a good three-point shooter when he sees him, and with Kanemaru wide open, he found him, and Kanemaru buried it. And this was him a little bit closer to the corner. So he is 3 of 5 from three-point range now. He's played just 13 and a half minutes and has scored 10 points. And probably should have more, but he missed 2 of 3 free throws after being fouled on a 3. Well, it's now or never time for San NEOPHOENIX, trailing by 21 points once again. That was the halftime deficit. And Shimane again, get it to Williams. He went for the reverse. To Wata. Isitake dumps it to Harris. Plays volleyball to himself, so the defense couldn't get it. Now to Wata. Shot clock down to 3. To Wata. Harris gets it, or excuse me, hits Isitake, then turns it over. Good defense by Tawata. That triggers the break, and 30 Ravena goes in for the layup. Doesn't make it. He's got to finish these off. And the ball goes out of bounds, back over to San NEOPHOENIX. Tawata. Elias Harris. Little pause. Good job. Isitake, rebound, put back. Well, Isitake's got 18 rebounds to go with his 16 points, or 18 points now. And so he's going to have a monster game. Buford. Goal! Throws it down! A little bit of a Statue of Liberty look. He's got the length, and he took off almost too far out there, but was able to jam it home. Watch this again. I'm not sure Isitake knew what was coming, because he didn't even try to block it. Here it is again, full extension. Got there just in time. That is what you call a crowd-pleasing play, at least for the visitors. So, timeout. 83-62, Shimane cruising towards another victory. So this Toyohashi City Gymnasium today has played host to a Shimane team that doesn't feel like it's actually ever had to get out of third gear today. They have been able to get going from the very get-go and have never really been under intense pressure from this San NEOPHOENIX team, who did whittle the deficit down to 13 points. But they have gotten no closer here in the second half. So San NEOPHOENIX hoping to at least make this scoreline look more respectable, but Perrin Buford gets the steal and the layup. And that is just not a good turnover. Tawata. And that was a problem early on. They did turn it over a few times. Just kind of set the tone for poor game offensively. Shimane, they're good enough. They don't need any help. And they'll turn those miscues into points. Here's K. So let's go back and have a look at the triple-double watch for Shimane. Buford 12 points. 6 rebounds, now 9 assists, so he's possibly going to get a double-double. Buford does have, in fact, 7 rebounds, 14 points, 8 assists, I believe it is. And Nick K, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, and 17 points. Williams also has a double-double today. He's got 16 points, 12 rebounds, and another basket. Has led, again, here is the latest Paris Buford show. Just kind of making it look so easy. Drifts into the paint, goes past Tawata. Nobody picks him up. So he'll probably sit down for the rest of the game, I would think, along with Nick K. Ravena's got to be able to step over and help out defensively on that last play. Here he is. Bounce pass, ooh, almost a walk. Hisatake did not turn it over. And they battle away. The dribble drive and the dump and the finish. Nice play. Nice finish by Kitagawa. Quickly to the other end. Suya gets a couple of free throws. And indeed, it was short. It is, excuse me, it's not Suya. It's Suyama. Number 28 is Suya. And Suyama does get 1 of 2. Pass it around. Stepping out of bounds, and the basketball goes back over to SUSANOO NEOPHOENIX. Oh, I thought he said he stepped out of bounds. I guess not. Good defense, knocking it away. Hisatake catches, spins, floats in. Well, he's very close to being worth the price of admission, I have to say. The way he's played, he's got 20 points now and 18 rebounds, Hisatake. So final seconds ticking off the clock, and Shimane will settle for the decisive win, 91-65. So really was not much of a contest. Several minutes after into the game, there was a chance in this fourth quarter rather, when SUSANOO NEOPHOENIX cut it to 13 points, the deficit, but Buford and Co. just kind of slammed the door shut. So 91-65, Shimane win it over SUSANOO NEOPHOENIX. Well, it's another back to the drawing board game for this SUSANOO NEOPHOENIX, and the one observation I would have is they have just got to be better early defensively. That has to be the focus of this team. They've got to get better defensively if they're going to have a chance to compete. There's Buford waving to the crowd along with Seiya Ando. And I guess we're going to see a Santa and NEOPHOENIX line up here in front of the fans. Guess we have a Nick K supporter there waving the Australian flag for Shimane. But for Shimane, it was 20 points. Excuse me, it was 19 for Nick K.
勝利おめでとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
今日、ご自身の、パフォーマンスなんですけど、スリーポイント5分の4、素晴らしいシュートをしっかり沈めたと思います。いかがでしょうか。
So this is Shirahama talking.
空いたら思いっきり打てというふうにコーチからも
Take some notes and tell you what he says.
言ってもらっているので、思いっきり打つことができました。
これで7連勝ということなんですが、チームの雰囲気どうでしょうか。
そうですね、やっぱり勝っていることはやっぱり一番僕らにとって一番いい雰囲気を作る材料だと思うので、とても雰囲気はいいと思うんですけども、やっぱ試合の中でたくさん反省する部分今日も出てきたと思うので、やっぱりおごらずに気を引き締めて次の試合にも臨みたいと思います。
次戦がですね、川崎を迎えてホームとなると思うんですけど、どのようなことを次のゲーム、今ゲーム終わったばかりですけど、次のゲームに向けて意識して、戦いたいですか。
僕らがやることは相手がどこであろうと変わらないと思うので、もちろん強敵なのは
So Shirahama says we played so hard today, but our team play was very good as well.
全力で 100% ぶつけていきたいなというふうに思います。
長いアウェーが続いたと思いますので、次ホームで、また引き続き連勝を伸ばしてください。
はい、ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
There's a Santa NEOPHOENIX fan, hasn't lost faith in her team. They're going to come back strong. That is the aim. Sometimes you have to struggle, you have to suffer. Anyway, Shirahama also said for the next game we still need to perform, get better, and just want for the future and want to say thank you to all the fans who have supported them. Now here is Paul Hinari, who will, I assume, speak in English.
ありがとうございます。
コーチ、これで7連勝となりました。今のチームの状況いかがでしょうか。
I mean, first of all, I just super proud of the team for, especially the last 2 weeks. You know, a 6-game road trip. Been on the road for just under 2 weeks, and found a way to stay together, work together, and get the results as well. So, just really impressed and proud of the boys to hang tough and stay with it that whole time.
そうですね、まずはですね、この7連勝というところもそうなんですけども、この特にラスト6試合でですね、2週間ぶっ続けでアウェーの中、乗り越えてこれた選手、そしてチームをまず誇りに思いたいと思います。非常に厳しい環境だったと思うんですけども、一つになってバラバラにならずに最後までチームに戦い抜こうという高い決心のもとやりきれた、ここ2週間乗り切れたというのはチームとしても大きな成長のつかめたんじゃないかなと思います。非常に誇りに思います。
特にこのアウェーのゲーム、厳しいゲームが続いたと思いますが、3円のカードが3連戦続いたんですけど、どのような準備をされてきたのでしょうか。
Away game obviously like you said, especially like the last 3 games was against all 3 series 3円. How did you prepare the game against these 3 games?
It's not easy to beat a team 3 times in a row. There's the mental application, the adjustments from game to game. We just tried to prepare the same as we do any other game and just review the game before and then plan accordingly.
そうですね、3試合というのはなかなか珍しいケースでですね、非常に難しい準備がありました。ただやはり我々の目的はですね、しっかり毎試合同じ準備をして、高いバスケットボールを目指すというところで、今日もですねしっかりビデオを見て、スカウティングをしっかり必ずいつも通りにしてですね、いつもと同じようにしっかりあとはですね、やはり気持ちの部分でメンタルのこの入れ方、覚悟というところは非常に大事にして臨んできました。
次の戦いになるんですけども、ホームで川崎というゲームになります。次のゲームに向けて、どのようなことを今考えていらっしゃるでしょうか。
Finally, you guys back to Shimane home and against Kawasaki. How do you gonna prepare for the game?
Same thing we always do. Obviously, we got to take care of the bodies and then put in the preparation, watch the video, and make a plan.
そうですね、準備としては同じだと思います。しっかり、フィルムスカウティングしてですね、何ができるかというところをしっかり見るんですけども、まずは体の方、ボディの、コンディション、体のコンディションをしっかり整えて、万全の体制で臨みたいなと思います。
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
Well, you could hear the comments from Paul Henare, and pretty straightforward, really. Now, they've had a long road trip, and he's really pleased with how the team has been able to hold it together, because oftentimes when you're not sleeping on your own bed and you're having to be away from home, it can be tough, but they have been terrific. Here's a look back at the action today, and again, it was a game dominated by SHIMANE. There's no doubt about it. There were some moments that were okay for the NEOPHOENIX, but overall, this team was like a runaway train. Shirahama with scoring all 12 of his points from three-point range, and before they knew it, they were already behind, and that was just a very bad turnover. Tawata Sataki tried to get it to him. They turned it over, and Shimane ended up getting the slam dunk from Nick K. So this game that was supposed to have been played earlier this season, but was postponed due to the COVID protocol, ended up being played just a few days after these teams met the previous time, when they won both games. Did Shimane, and as Henare said, listen, you know, it's tough beating a team 3 times because, you know, your opponent becomes much more familiar with you. They know much more about what it is that you're trying to do when you get out there. But there was really no evidence today that this Sanin NEOPHOENIX team was going to take anything away. And to add insult to injury, they did suffer an injury. Ota going out, rolling his ankle. So he'll be out, it would appear, indefinitely. Shirahama continuing to wreak havoc with his three-point shooting. And the passing was just better. But I think more symptomatic than anything that the defense just wasn't there for Sanin NEOPHOENIX. They're just a little bit confused out there because there are just so many uncontested shots. Or mildly contested. And in the second half, Williams continued to get some easy looks. He finished with 16 points, 13 rebounds. And then you had Buford, who just continued to play, 16 points. He finished with 9 assists, 7 rebounds. Elias Harris stroking that three-pointer for 3 of his 9 points, but he was just 4 of 16 from the floor.
And they did manage to cut it to 13 points. 30 Ravena hitting that three-pointer. But you really never felt like this lead that Shimane, the second place team in the West, you never felt like they were gonna be in trouble. Hisatake certainly left his mark on the game with the 20 points, and the 20 rebounds is what he finished with. And he had a couple of dunks in that 20-point eruption. He was 10 of 18 from the floor. But Kanemaru and Co., well, they were just a cut above today. And really, as they have been in all of the meetings with San and NEOPHOENIX. So Kanemaru coming out and in limited minutes, really, getting it done for his team. Kanemaru, 10 points in 13 minutes and 43 seconds. He was 3 of 5 from deep. And then it was mop-up time. Kitagawa driving in and scoring there late. And again, it finished a resounding 91-65 win. These are the stats. Shimane, 11 of 24 from three-point range. Felt like they shot even better than that. They missed a couple late. The only thing they didn't do well today was shoot free throws, just 4 of 9. They did finish with a couple more rebounds. 4 more makes inside the arc. And just all in all, just a much more solid performance from the visitors today. Again, the pregame head-to-head, that's how it finished. So Buford, 16 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds, 9 points for Harris. He was 4 of 16 from the floor and 3 rebounds, 3 assists. So Hisatake finished. In fact, his 20 was a game high, 19 points for Nick Kay. Led the way for the visitors, who also got 16 from both Buford and Williams. Harris had the 9, and 30 Ravena had 6. And you had Hisatake also with the game high 19 rebounds. So it wasn't 20 rebounds in the end, it was 19. And 13 rebounds for Williams. And you had 4 assists for Sugiura to lead the way for San and NEOPHOENIX. So you look at the schedule for the games coming up in the B-League as this fantastic season continues. Both these teams in action. So 91-65. Shimane winning it here over San and NEOPHOENIX.